Yes. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And if you have not already subscribed but enjoyed the content, then please kindly do so by hitting that bell icon. Okay, so today we're looking at the words of Errol Spence Jr., who goes in hard on the LDBC haters. Okay, so Errol Spence, for a long time now, has been catching flack from certain quarters of the YouTube boxing community. And the primary reason is the fact that he is not with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, and instead he's with Bob Arum's Top Rank outfit. Okay, so as a result, as a consequence of that, he's on the other side of the road, according to Errol Spence here, seen on the right. He's on the other side of the road, and so is not a priority for the PBC fighters or the hierarchy. And Errol Spence has attributed the fact that Terrence Spence is not a PBC guy. He's attributed that fact as the prime causal factor in them not meeting up for a unification bout. So, let's go over to the tweet itself from Terrence Crawford. Okay, and it reads, "I can't argue with stupid people that never boxed before, that will watch a YouTube video and think they know so much about boxing and how things work." And his sister goes on to say, they don't realize the YouTubers get paid by the view. So they make titles for people to watch so they can get paid, even if it is bullish. We're about to make a YouTube channel, and everyone needs to subscribe so you can see the real. That was by, I'm assuming, is Terrence Spence's sister, Letitia Crawford. Okay, so those are the words from Terrence Crawford and Letitia Crawford. They are going to make their own YouTube channel so everyone can see the real. Terrence Crawford, damn it. Terrence Crawford is sick and tired of the LDBC rhetoric, making titles for clicks and views that bear little to no relationship with reality. Okay, so what have we here? Damn it. Let's move this thing over a little bit. Okay, so this is the welterweight division. And as you can see, Terrence Crawford sits atop of it. Number 1 ranking according to BoxRec. And when we take a closer inspection, we see that if we scroll down just a little bit, where are we? There we go. Let's highlight this. Yeah, we see that Terrence Crawford was the super light title. What do we call that? What do we used to call that? We used to call that junior welterweight, and I'll call it super light title. We see that Terrence Crawford was the undisputed super light junior welterweight champion. Lineal. He had all of the belts. And we also know that it has been Terrence Crawford who's been calling out, bawling out for unification fights with the likes of Errol Spence. But it was Errol Spence who said, no, you're on the wrong side of the road. But with the LDBC rhetoric, they blame Terrence Crawford for not switching when he could have switched when his contract expired with Bob Arum's Top Rank. They say Terrence Crawford should have switched over to the PBC. And that's very interesting. We also see that PBC aren't mentioning the fact that Terrence Spence is a world champion also at welterweight, the WBO belt holder at welterweight. They ignore that fact. And the LDBC say that Terrence Spence should have switched over to PBC, Al Heyman's outfit, when his contract expired with Top Rank, Bob Arum. But it's very, very interesting to me. Very, very interesting that when negotiations were going down with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder who says that he is a free agent. It's very interesting that those same people, they didn't say Deontay Wilder should go over to Matchroom and DAZN to make the thing happen, make the thing go smoothly. They didn't say that. So why one rule for Terrence Crawford? Why should he switch over to PBC when the same narrative was not being upheld in the case of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua? Why the disconnect? Why the double standard? Why are the LDBC not calling for the so-called free agent Deontay Wilder to switch over to Matchroom and DAZN to make the deal run smoother? Why are they not calling for that? Why are they not calling for that? Does it not make you wonder? Makes me wonder. Okay, so it's Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Have your say. Oh, before I forget, yeah, of course Terrence Crawford was interested in Porter when he had the WBC belt. But the PBC was saying, once again, no, Terrence is on the wrong side of the road. But now the Porter doesn't have the WBC belt and Errol Spence has it, when he beat him in a highly controversial loss for Porter. Many people thought that that was a win for Porter, or at the very worst, a draw. But now the Porter does not have the WBC belt anymore. The LDBC types are saying that Crawford is ducking Porter. My, oh my. Have your say. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. Oh, and just to state the obvious. Obviously, if Porter doesn't have the belt anymore, then his importance to Terrence Crawford goes down dramatically. What's in it for Crawford? Fighting a guy who didn't have the belt, who doesn't have the belt anymore. But before that, there was no call for that. Before, when he did have the belt, that was the time when that fight would have been of interest to Terrence Crawford. Pretty obvious. Raphael Dawkins, have your say, and I'm out.